I'm going to show you 2 ways to level up your aged paper props with sealing wax for your D&D or other tabletop role-playing games. For this project, you're going to need sealing wax, a lighter, barbecue grill lighter or candle lighter like this one works great, a candle, tea light candles are the ones you want, a wax seal spoon, a wax stamp of your choice, and some aged paper or any paper depending on your project. I got this kit from Hobby Lobby for $12.99 because I wanted the green that came with it, and it has a leaf stamp that I wanted to use. I'll show you more about that later. I got these from Amazon, but I looked on Amazon recently and this particular set of sealing wax is no longer available. But don't worry about that, there are tons of options. If you look closely, you'll notice that these sealing wax sticks each have a wick like a candle, and you'll see why in the first example. Now this is all you need for the 2 examples we have, but I think I'm going to switch to a kit like this soon, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the video. A mysterious hooded figure steps out of the shadows and hands you this. He says he was sent by the king to aid you in your quest. You crack the wax seal, open it, and find a map of the area that you so desperately need. This is the first prop I made that had a wax seal, and you know what? It was the first time I did it. I learned how to do it and did it, and it just made this prop so much better. It was so cool handing it to my players at the table. You should have seen the looks on their faces. They thought it was so cool. Here's a few others that I've done, and here's the one that I just showed you. Okay, so let's get to our first example. I've got this little kit that I got from Hobby Lobby for $12.99. We're going to use the red this time, and we'll use this piece of paper. And what we need to do first is to light that wick on that little sealing wax candlestick thing. And you'll see right away one of the downsides of using these candle wick style sealing wax is that right there. It just goes out. It's hard to keep that wick lit. So you got to relight it. But wait, basically you light the wick, and if you can keep it lit, well, then the real magic starts to happen. But as you can see, this is pretty easy. It's pretty basic, straightforward. That little kit that I got is very affordable, and if that's all you have, it will work. So then you wait, and you have to be patient. I actually started speeding up this video. Here we go. And I sped it up 10 times to drip all of this wax on here. It took about 2 minutes. But when you're done, you make this big circle like this. And I will tell you, it's helpful to have a place to just set that thing down once you're done. I forgot to do that. And so I ended up spilling all over the paper, but don't worry, that'll come off later. Grab your stamp, put it on there, about 3 or 4 seconds. Pull it off, and there you go. Check that out. Just like that, you've got a really cool wax stamp. Then all you got to do, if you made a mess like I did, you just clean it up like that, and you're all set. Okay, so I want to show you this from a different angle, and I want to show you kind of some of the downsides of using a candlestick style sealing wax here. So you see how it's all melted, and see that glob that just fell down? That is not melted. And the wick is burning through the middle. It's not melting the wax there on the side, you can see. It's just kind of burning it through the middle. And I'm dripping this wax on here. It's not all melted. Use my stamp, push it down, hold it there, pull it off, and it still works, right? But it looks kind of sloppy and messy. Now, this is a medieval sort of prop. I'm okay if it's like kind of wonky. I think it adds a little character. But if you want it to be a little bit nicer, there is another way. And that's what I'm going to show you right here. This one, we get our candle, and we use our sealing wax spoon. And here we're heating up the spoon. You don't want the flame to touch the spoon. You don't want it to get that hot. But here I've sped it up 10 times, and I'm using one of those candlestick wicks or candlestick wax sticks, and melting it, and you can see it's smoking and bubbling. I've got it a little bit too hot. Then you pour it where you want it, and I actually ended up putting a little bit too much wax, and it's a little too hot. I should wait just a little bit for it to cool down before stamping it. But go ahead and stamp it. Hold it on there for a few seconds. I think I waited like 5 or 8 seconds in this one. And the stamp is sticking a little bit. It's important to make sure that the stamp is cool and that your wax isn't super hot. But either way, hey, it turned out. Here are 2 examples of how to do wax sealing, or to add sealing wax to your aged paper props. And I think they look pretty cool, right? Super easy, affordable, and man, look at those results. Looks awesome. Just adds that little extra something something to your props. Now, remember when I showed you earlier in the video this kit right here? I found this on Amazon, and I think I'm going to switch to this. I like the little pellets. It has little pellets of wax. It has the spoon. You put it in the spoon. It has a little holder for your candle, so it's the right distance away from the flame. And all you got to do is put those pellets in that spoon, heat it up, and then you pour it where you want it. I think it's a lot easier to control than the candle wick style sealing wax. And you don't have to worry about trying to keep the wick lit, which is kind of annoying at times. That does work, and it is affordable, but I definitely want to switch to this other method because I think it's a lot cleaner and easier to control. Now, if you want to level up your wax stamps and really make them pop, you can get a metallic pen that is made specifically for that purpose. And all you do is take that pen and you go over your design, go over your wax stamp. Here I'm using a silver metallic pen and just going over all the lines for my design. And as you can see, as I'm doing that, the design is slowly starting to become much more visible. You can be as precise or as loose as you want. Here, I just wanted to throw it on there real quick so you could see this technique. See how that makes your design just kind of stand out? Looks like I forgot the very tip of the tongue. Anyways, well, there you go. There's an example of how you do that. And here's the pen that I was using in order to do that. And that kit I showed you earlier actually comes with that, or you can buy them separately or whatever. I bought these separately once I decided that's what I wanted to do. And if you want to see a video about how to make aged paper props, check out this video right here.